got a question from Jacob Jackson. How do you correctly perform a sumo deadlift? First thing you're going to want to do is get your feet set up. And how I do that, you want to take a look at the barbell itself, and you see these marks right here on the bar. Those are going to be your measurement marks for setting up your sumo deadlift. That's how you're going to initially find your foot setup, your foot placing. Now, as time goes on, you will adjust, and you might go a little bit closer. You might bring your feet a little bit closer together. You might bring them out a little, or you might bring them out farther apart. Put them out farther apart. But that's going to be your baseline start point. Is lining your feet up, centered underneath those marks to start. And then as time goes on, like I said, as you get more reps in, you'll customize it to fit your body. Toes are going to be slightly pointed out. Okay, so you get your footing set up. Second thing is you're going to get your hand placement set up. You're going to want to go with, you want to keep your hands at shoulder width. You don't want them in close, and you don't want them out wide. The wider you bring your hands, the further distance you have to pull with the bar. So you just want to keep them straight up and down, shoulder width. Okay. Third thing, you're going to want your grip. You want to get a mixed grip, one hand over and one hand under. That's going to add strength, or you can use the hook grip. The hook grip is going to take some practice, and there's going to be some. You're going to have to develop a pain tolerance for it, because it will pinch your thumbnails. Now, when you're doing a mixed grip, the supinated hand, you want to make sure that you get a deep grip underneath the bar. You don't just reach down and grab the bar like this. You want to cinch your hand tight underneath the bar, and as you lift, the weight will pull your hand into the proper position. It will pull your hand into a strong position. But you want to get a nice deep grip, just like you would if you were to do a farmer's pick on like farmer's handles. Okay. I personally like when I pull on a sumo deadlift or even a traditional deadlift. Some guys will tell you that you should have the bar directly over the center of your shoe. That just depends on the person. I personally like, and I teach, to have the bar right up against your shins. You want it tight against your body. You want to keep that bar as tight against your body for efficiency purposes. If it's out in front of you, the first thing your body's going to do when you start to pull is it's going to pull the weight back. So it's going to knock your balance off a little bit. So I like to keep the bar as tight against my legs as possible, and I teach all my clients that. Okay, so first thing about the setup, foot placement, then hand placement, then you're going to establish your grip. Once you've established your grip, you're going to drop your butt down and pick your head up. You want to have your spine as neutral as possible on the initiation of the pull. If you're up like this, you're going to put a lot of force into your hamstrings if you're bent over and your low back. And we don't want that. We want to keep your spine as neutral as possible, so you're using everything simultaneously together as one. You're using your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your low back all together in one motion, rather than piecing it together by, rather than if you're bent over like this, you're just going to put a lot of stress on the hamstrings, and you're going to minimize the amount of weight you can lift. So we want to make sure that we're using our body as efficiently as possible for maximum efficiency and to lift the maximum weight. All right. So foot placement, hand placement. I established my grip. I'm ready to start pulling. Butt down, head up. Now when I stand up with the weight, I'm going to pull my shoulders back. I'm going to stand up with a big chest forward, my shoulders back, and then my hips and glutes are going to be squeezed forward into the bar to lock the weight out. Now here's another thing another note I want to make is when you pull on a deadlift, you do not pull with the arms. You just hold on real tight with the hands, and you have long arms in the deadlift. You want to have long arms. If you pull with the arms, you risk a bicep tear. And trust me, I tore both my biceps off deadlifting. The first time I tore my left bicep off was because of that very reason. I was pulling with my arms. The second time was an overuse injury from many years prior that just got compounded over the years of training. So remember, you do not pull with the arms. You do not pull like this. You do not jerk with the arms. You pull through the traps. You want to yank the bar through the traps. Alright, so butt down. So foot placement, hand placement. Establish a strong grip. butt down, head up, and I'm going to pull through the traps and stand up like this. Now when you're in the finished position, your hips are all the way forward, shoulders back, big chest, and chin is neutral. You don't want to lay back like this. That's going to put excessive pressure in your lower lumbar spine, in your discs. You don't want that. You want to stand straight up vertical. Your upper body is straight up vertical, shoulders back, big chest, head forward, chin neutral. This is your finished position. And then you lower with control by letting it drag down your knees. Once it clears the knees, you can just drop straight down. But as far as powerlifting standards are concerned, you do not let go of the bar until the bar is rested on the ground. Then you can let go of the bar. Alright? So hopefully that answers your question.